I want to tell you something today. Satan, who used today's rock music to speak to this end-time generation. Here's the Black Sabbath album. If you look closely, this is from Black Sabbath's album Nativity in Black, or NIB. And I want you to listen to Satan's love.
Listen closely to Nativity in Black. Some people say my love cannot be true. Please believe me, my love, and I'll show you. Now remember, this is Satan speaking to the young people. I will give you those things you thought unreal. The sun, the moon, the stars, all bear my seal. Follow me now, and you will not regret leaving the life you led before we met. You are the first to have this love of mine, forever with me till the end of time. Your love for me has just got to be real before you know the way I'm going to feel. Now, this is what I'm going to play for you in a moment. Now I have you with me under my power. Our love grows stronger now with every hour. This is Satan's love song. Look into my eyes, you'll see who I am. My name is Lucifer. Please take my hand. Let's hear that now on the Nativity in Black album. This is it. My name is Lucifer, please take my hand. These are the rock idols of our youth today. These are the ones the kids follow right to the lair of Satan. Now, the kids learn how to live through their records and concerts. Now, I want to show you what happens in the concerts so that you'll know how the kids are learning to live. Let's take a guy named Alice Cooper. I've got a picture of him right behind me here to my left. Alice Cooper is one of those guys that you just don't want to find in a nightmare. Matter of fact, he's got an album called Welcome to My Nightmare. Here's one of the album covers by Alice Cooper. Alice, who claims to be the reincarnation of a 7th century witch, let me say that again. He's a reincarnation of a 17th century witch. He comes out on stage dressed in mascara and women's clothing. In the early months of their act, Cooper included the killing of a live chicken, biting its head off, and smashing of a watermelon. Then his favorite trick was to do a song from their album Killer entitled Dead Baby. Alice walks on stage with a lifelike looking doll. With a hatchet, he chops it into little pieces, gleefully throwing the appendages into the audience. Blood capsules fastened to the back squirt what appears to be blood in every direction. Afterwards, Alice stands holding up the head of the doll like a decapitated enemy. With one final demoniacal thrust, he impales the head on a microphone stand. As if that were not enough, he then allows a 6-foot boa constrictor to entwine about his body while he kisses it and sings a love song to it. Now, all of this is happening in Alice Cooper's concert. But that isn't all. Finally, with torches lit, Alice climbs on a gallows constructed on stage, and he is then hanged, and on one occasion the noose slipped for real, and he almost hung himself literally. The gallows platform is tripped, the lights go black, and moments later, resurrected from the dead, Alice reappears in a top hat and white cape. He then does a partial striptease and throws dollar bills into the audience, much as one would feed animals at the zoo. As a matter of fact, a lot of kids have tried this, and some have almost hung themselves. I don't know if they died, but I know they try to imitate their leader, Alice Cooper. Now, the concert audience of young people must be sickened by this defenseless little killing of little animals, don't you think? Don't you think as the kids see chickens with their heads bit off and watermelons being broken that the kids would just be upset about all that violence? No? Did you know that chickens and rabbits that are disposed of are thrown to the audience, and the audience then tears those little harmless rabbits and chickens to pieces because they are driven to such a frenzy of rage and violence? That's what happens in these concerts. Perhaps there's a sad element of truth in that they are only evoking the latent and repressed violence generated by an already corrupt and immoral society. Anyway, that repressed violence is coming out in these concerts. How sick can an Alice Cooper concert get? I want you to listen to a song called Cold Ethel in a moment, and this is what the lyrics say on Cold Ethel. One thing I miss is Cold Ethel and her skeleton kiss. We met last night making love by the refrigerator light. Ethel, Ethel, let me squeeze you in my arms. Ethel, Ethel, come and freeze me with your charms. One thing, no lie, Ethel's frigid as an Eskimo pie. She's cool in bed. She ought to be, 'cause Ethel's dead. Let's listen to that right now. Cold Ethel from his album.
Now, personally, if this is the kind of thing my teenagers were going to a concert to hear, I don't think I would just ban the concerts. I'd ban these albums. They're saying that we should ban or at least put labels on some of the albums that have backward masking. I think things like this should be called evil and banned from the record stores. Do you want your kids bringing this into your home and playing it up in their bedroom? Anyway, this is called necrophilia, or sex with a corpse. And if you want that propagated in your household, just let the kids bring the records home. How does Cooper get away with such disgusting behavior? And where did he get all the ideas? Well, originally his name was Vincent Bernier. He was raised in a Southern Baptist church as the pastor's son. In school, as the story goes, he felt ugly and rejected, and he craved fame and fortune at any price. He was willing to do anything to have fame and fortune. Now, here's a close-up of Alice Cooper. I'd like to show it to you once more and tell you what happened. In a copyrighted story published nationally, Cooper said, "Several years ago, I went to a seance, and a spirit was conjured up. The spirit promised us worldwide fame if he would be allowed to possess my body. Vincent took on the name the demon spirit gave him at the seance, which was Alice Cooper." Well, I just wanted to share that with you so you know where these guys are getting some of their ideas. He got it from a seance with a demon. 2 Peter 2:19 says, while they, Satan's agents, promised the kids liberty, sex, drugs, parties, thrills, etc., the kids are actually brought into slavery to Satan. That's a paraphrase of 2 Peter 2:19. I'll be back with you in a moment. I want to share a little more, but right now I want to make these tapes available to you today.
Today's complete rock message is available on 2 one-hour cassette tapes. If you would like these 2 cassettes on rock music, along with a complete catalog of other messages by Pastor Gary, please send any donation of $10 or more to The Eagle's Nest, Irvine, California, 92714. That's The Eagle's Nest, Irvine, California. The title of this book is The Punk's Cult Rock. To receive this book and the rock music
today, and the heavy sexual connotations and the gross sex that many of the rock albums get into. There may be some of you that are watching me today that have never even given your hearts to Jesus. And I want to tell you that Jesus is not only a personal Savior,